load it up. There. Like we're good. Let me send out this link to Kurt real quick. Then we can get back on. I think Kurt's on his way. Just waiting for Kurt to come in, and then we'll get started. So let me see where Kurt's at real quick. All right, give him some time. Top military leaders condemn sedition and insurrection of capital. All right, here we go. Hey, Kurt, how's it going, bro? Can you hear me? I'll make sure that volume's good. Let me see.
Hey, what's up, bro? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How's it going, bro?
Yo, listen, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to squeeze me in here.
Yeah, definitely, man.
I absolutely am the most grateful person that you've ever met. I know you're doing this shit all day long, and I'm sure you want to relax. And I just want to say thank you so much for squeezing me in. I pretty much lost everything with COVID-19, and I'm trying to really do this 100%. And
Hey, Kurt, I think you got muted. Let me see. Are you talking? Let me see. I can't hear you. I think you got cut off midway through your sentence. Let me message you to see if there was a...
I have an idea. I have like 3 months experience with.
Oh, sorry, Kurt.
Can you hear me though?
Yeah, I couldn't hear you for like probably the last 10 seconds, but I did hear you like the beginning of what you were talking about, and then you just froze up for a second. Sorry. And maybe you just said just like probably the last 5-10 seconds. I can catch up to what you were talking about.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're good now. It was weird. It just froze up for like a few seconds for whatever reason.
So what I was saying is I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time. And I have like 3 months experience with Forex. I'm kind of new to this, but I'm trying to do this as a full-time career.
Oh, definitely.
So I learn fast, bro. Like I'm kind of understanding what you went over in the last couple of days. I just want to really get set up with the trading view indicators, and then if you can kind of tell me like how to use them.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be the best thing. And bro, I'm so thankful to you, man. Like seriously, thank you for squeezing me in here.
Yeah, definitely. No worries, bro. So let's see. For the indicators, have you added anything to your chart yet?
I have like the bullshit RSI ones and all that stuff.
Okay, cool. So you could probably just take everything off your chart, and then I'll go through each of the K2 indicators one by one, just to show you what everything does, because they're pretty much straightforward. Basically, the way that I created these indicators are to cover pretty much anything that you need with regard to technical analysis. Because in reality, there's only so many things you can do in the market, and the market only goes up or down. Obviously, it'll go sideways from time to time, but if you have a wide enough range, if you're going for a buy, you can usually catch that move upwards or the move downwards if you're going for a sell. So I guess we can start off with the first indicator. So if you go to your indicators right here and you go to your invite only scripts, I believe you have them unlocked already. So once you click on this right here, you should have all of the K2 indicators right here.
Can
So
you
I think I have,
can you see my screen?
no, I can't. You want to share your screen?
Yeah, how do I do that?
Sure. Let me move you over real quick. All right, let me make you. All right, so I think now you should have the option on your Zoom to share your screen. So there should be like a bar either on the top or on the bottom, and then there'll be a new share button in the middle. It says new share in green, and then you can click on that and share your screen if you want to, Kurt.
I'm trying to find it. Okay, share screen. I got it. This was stop the screen. Or you want to continue? Okay. Just hit share. And that's it.
There we go. I think, yes. So I see your Zoom screen right here, so you should be good.
Okay, so how do I start this thing from scratch?
Gotcha.
I get rid of all the bullshit that I've learned that's probably not correct.
Yeah, definitely. So right there where it says Bitcoin, where it has an arrow pointing down with 3, you can click on that.
Okay.
And then move your toolbar over, and then you can just X out of all those things right there. So right there where it has those, let's see, it's kind of weird. It doesn't show. Oh, go to the right of those numbers. Try clicking on your screen. Usually there's like a little drop down thing that's next to it where you can just X them out. But it's not showing on yours for whatever reason. Try right clicking on your screen. Let me see if we can probably just, and then go to remove indicators, the second to the last. There we go. So you have a clean screen there.
Perfect. Then I go up here.
Yes, that one right there. Go over to just click the FX, the symbol next to it. Yeah, the function, and then there you go. So you have all the indicators right there. So you can add them all to your screen if you want to go over all of them, and then I can just explain to you exactly.
How do I add them to the screen?
Click on so go down where it says K2 pivots, and then click on that. And then I think you clicked on it twice. So maybe we'll go back and remove that later. But you can go ahead and click on K2SR below it, and then the version 2 as well, and then the trend meter, and then the K2, yeah, that one right there as well, the momentum indicator. So click on that last one as well, and then we can go back and edit your charts to fix that. Let's see. I think
I have like the pro membership. Hold on, let me.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So let me right click, remove indicator.
Yeah, because I think you added the pivots twice, so maybe you could delete one of them, and then you should be fine. Sorry, Kurt. I think you're like losing connection. Let me see. I'll give it some time. It might just need some buffering.
Indicators. But I'll try it. 1 click. 2, 3, 4. Let me see. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. No, you're good now. I don't know what's wrong. It might be my internet connection. It might be yours. I'm not sure, but it's fine. Okay, so I think you have all of them on your chart now, right? So you can X that out. Now you can just pull down. So what I would do is I would click on the like right next to the watch list where it has the little list symbol, so you can make your screen bigger. Right on the right side, it's like above the alarm clock. Yeah, just click on that, and then that will like extend everything out. So now on the bottom of the screen where you have the trend meter, just drag that down to the bottom, and then you can make that a lot smaller. So
wait, what am I doing next? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So do you see that line right there where it says 0.050 or 0.50? Just drag that down because you don't need it that big. The trend meter on the bottom. So
you see where am I going?
Yeah, scroll down a little more. Yeah, right there. So you can drag that all the way down. So you have full screen. You can just drag it all the way down because you don't really need the full picture of, okay, so you're good right there. And then now you can hide the indicators that you're not currently using. So we could start off with the pivots first. So you can hide that. Yeah, you can hide that legend. Or actually, open it real quick. I'm not sure why your screen doesn't have the hidden button. Did you change that in your settings?
I
'Cause-
honestly don't remember, to be honest with
okay,
you.
because normally right there on the side where it has those numbers, it usually has your ability to like hide the indicator. So we'll do this first. Just double click on the chart. There you go. So you'll hide that lower one. Go to that the dotted line on the chart where it's like the dotted red line and green line that's on the chart, so you can hide that indicator. It's like right down the middle. If you can see, it's like a red dotted line. Sorry, I think you might have gone disconnected again. Kurt, let me see if
Like here.
okay, there you go. Yeah, so just click on
Yeah, I was going to ask you, if you want, you can log in on my.
sorry,
Can you hear me?
I could I could kind of, you're like going in and out. What were you saying? Sorry.
I was going to say, do you want to log in on my trading view and just program it?
Oh, you should be good. You're pretty much good to go. I was just going to show you what the indicators look like.
Okay.
You know, let's go to a different chart. Maybe change from Bitcoin to something else. Maybe it's just the asset that makes it look different. Yeah, just go to something random. Yeah, that's good. Currency.com. You know, it might be your background because usually right there where it has the indicator information, there's like a little I button where you can hide the indicator. But it's like you can click on auto right there. So look on the bottom where it says auto. You can click on that and it'll automatically on the bottom right. Yeah, so you click on that and then it'll automatically size everything. So now you can go to those horizontal lines that are on the chart, like where the zones are. And I think you can hide that indicator. So just right click on any of those zones, not the vertical ones, but the horizontal ones. Yeah, like one of those right there, just right click on it. And then, yeah, I don't know why you don't have the options on there. Go to your settings, actually. Maybe we could change them.
Is that it? Hide?
Let's see. Yeah, you can do hide. Click on hide. There you go. So we're just going to clean it up so I can show you what everything does one by one. And then you can probably hide the other one as well. So you see that green squiggly line down the middle, the dotted line, you can hide that as well, just so that we can clean up the chart and you can see things more efficiently. I'm trying to figure out how can we fix your chart though, because
Wait, hold on one second. Okay. Sorry. So what am I doing next, boss?
So let's go to your settings first. Go to the settings button on the bottom right. It's like a little screw button. It should be right on the left of it, a little higher, right there to the left. It's right in that corner, yeah, right there. So click on that.
Right click or left?
Left click it. I'm trying to see. Okay, go to labels, the fourth option down, and then go to indicator name label and click on that. Oh no, okay. Let's go back and uncheck that. I'm trying to figure out. It might just be your screen your screen color. You like your screen with a black screen, right?
Honestly, I don't care about any color at all. I want to have exactly what you have so I can follow along. So talk to me. Whatever I gotta do, I gotta do. And if you want, bro, you can log in and just hook it up. I have no problem. I trust you fully.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to figure out like why you're because you're usually right there where it has the indicator where it has like the buy and sell button. Below it, there's usually options right there. I've never seen it where it's been hidden. I'm not sure if you changed something in your settings to hide it. I'm just trying to figure out how to re-enable it because it's going to be easier if we can hide and show the indicators so that I can just go over like what everything. Here, let me go on mine actually. Let me go on my own trading view. I'm going to see if I could hide my own and see if I could visual order settings. Let's see, labels. Yeah, because I've never seen a screen like that where it hides the appearance symbol. Okay, here, perfect. So go to your settings on the, let me see if I can move this over. Yeah, go to your settings again and then click, scroll down to the bottom of it. It should be the last option. So scroll down that list to the very bottom. If you can scroll down from there. I think the scroll down from that list. There's another option that's way at the bottom. If you can scroll down from there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
settings.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Settings, and then go to status line, the second option, and then check everything. There we go. Okay, perfect. So we're good to go now. Okay, so click OK. There you go. All right, perfect. So we're good to go now. So basically, I can show you what what each indicator does. Have you watched the videos in the course yet, or not yet?
I've only watched like 2 of your live. Um,
Oh, just live sessions. Okay, cool.
yeah.
Yeah, because in the course like I break down each strategy, like how it's applied. So depending on which one you want to apply, it's going to vary, which indicator you're going to be using, because you don't technically need to use all the indicators at once. It just depends on which strategy that you personally want to apply in general. They all work very good. They all have at least like a 70 to 75% win rate. Obviously some have higher than others. But it's really going to depend on your trading style. Because like for me, I trade on the 4 hour on Forex, and that's pretty profitable for me. But for some people, they're impatient and they don't like to trade on the 4 hour. So I'm not sure if that's going to work for you. Generally, a lot of new traders like to trade on the shorter time frames because they like to, they like that exciting feeling when
I
they
mean,
take a trade.
I want to do whatever you're doing exactly.
Okay, perfect. So
Seriously.
yeah.
No, I know you're really good at this, and I just want to make money. So whatever works. Let me ask you something. Do I have all of the indicators on?
Yes, you do. So you should be
Is
good.
there a way to save it so I don't lose
Yes.
it?
Yeah. So what we can do here is we can take off the original K2SR because I don't use that anymore. So you can just go to the left-hand side on the status bar where it says K2SR 100, and you can just X that out because I don't use that anymore. And then for the K2SR version 2, you can click on the settings button on there. So go, just hover over it and then click the settings button next to it and then change the 200 to 500. I just like that so it goes across the entire screen. And everything else should be good. So for the pivots, you can hide that could be an extra addition for an extra confirmation, but it's not necessary. So go over to the status bar again, go to the K2 pivots, and then you can just hide that for now. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And then go to the K2TS and then go to settings and then uncheck where it says show MA curves. It should be right there in the middle where it says show MA underscore curves. Just uncheck that. Sorry, Kurt. I think you went, we lost connection again. Let me just give it a few seconds. It might buffer up soon. Okay, there we go. So you should be good. All right, and then click OK. And then now you have some pretty clean charts. All right. So at this point right here, so I'll go over the first strategy right now, which is the K2 SR zone trading strategy. This is a strategy that I use for every Forex trade. So for this right here, you can hide the K2TS indicator right now. You just hide that. And then we should probably pull up a Forex pair. So we can analyze that. Yeah. So if you like one, yeah, perfect. US dollar. And I recommend using forex.com data. So you can go back to the symbol bar up top and then type in, retype in your USD. And I found that forex.com has the most accurate data. So type in Euro USD again. Yeah, Euro USD. And then on the list right there, pick the third one. There we go. That one right there. Okay, perfect. So like right now we can save this. Well, actually it's already saved. Click on that cloud button that's on top next to unnamed. It should be like right next to that square. I think we keep getting disconnected, Kurt, but it's fine. Every time you get disconnected, I'm just going to wait and then we'll wait for it to load up again because I think this is just a problem with either our internet connections. All right, perfect. Yeah, so click on that right there where it says save all charts, and then click the drop-down menu next to it, next to unnamed. I just want to make sure that it's auto-saving for you every time you make changes to it. So next to it on the right side, there's a little drop-down. You can click on that. Yeah, and you should be good. Okay, perfect. So every time you open up a chart, those indicators will still be on there. And if you want to save it as a template, you can do that as well. You can just go to where it has the function X symbol where you clicked on the indicator, and then you can also save this as a template. So go over, yeah, to the FX, go next to that drop-down menu right next to it. There you go. And then, oh, wait, let me see. Let me see what it looks like on my screen, because I know yours is it's a little tighter. I know there's a button there to save it. Okay, so templates is the one with the squiggly line above the chart. So if you look at your, it should be the one, yeah, right there. There we go. Click on that, and then you can click Save Indicator Template, and then you can just name it whatever you want. You know, like K2 indicators or whatever. There we go. Perfect. All right, cool. So from this point right here, I'll initially teach you how to draw these zones. So are you familiar with drawing the K2SR zones like how I've been doing on the live streams, or not yet?
I understand what you're doing, but I don't know how to do it.
Okay, perfect. So
I
just
see you do it. I know.
yeah. So yeah, I do it pretty quickly. Like for you, it's probably gonna take some time. It's just gonna take practice, but in reality, it's pretty simple. So click on that like zoom out button on the bottom. So it's like that little arrow button that's right down the middle. It's gonna zoom out the chart so you can get full screen. It's gonna be on the right side of it. Uh, that one right there, the reset chart button. There we go. Yeah, click on
Hit
that.
reset chart.
Yeah, click on that, and then it'll just pull it out like that from right there. So at that point, you can turn on the K2SR, which is going to be the second indicator on your status bar.
Hit show.
Yeah, hit show. And then from this point, you can draw your zone. So go over to the brush symbol on the tool, or actually you have the toolbar in the middle already. So just draw that, click on the rectangle tool right there. And then just draw a rectangle over like that lower zone, right on the bottom.
Right here.
Either one, you're going to draw zones for each one. So it doesn't matter which one you draw on. So yeah, you can draw on there, and then just connect those two, and then double click on that rectangle, and then click extend right and extend left. There you go, and then click OK. And you can put whatever color you want. If you're fine with red, that's completely fine too. If you want to make it a little more transparent, you can do that as well. I'm just not sure how you personally want it. It's just up to you by preference. And these are just going to be the the zones for you pretty much. So
let me ask you something, right? So I would do this box here, right?
Yes.
Oh, how do I get the box like that? And then I'm doing one for each one of these lines.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. If the zones are kind of close, you can just connect them together. You can use the measuring tool and basically. Go ahead.
You remember how we did reset chart?
Yes.
Am I doing the zones on reset chart, or am I going to make this bigger and like put it in better, or I leave it just like the way it is?
It doesn't matter. You can leave it how it is because the thing is, once you hide the K2SR indicator, the screen will widen out again. So all you want to do is draw your zones over the K2SR zones so that you can have cleaner zones, and then at that point you can well you'll see once you take it off. Once you take it off, the screen will widen a whole lot more. So you can go down and just draw over each zone, and then once you're all done with that, I'll show you what to do from there. You can actually take off the trend meter too if you don't plan on using it, because it just takes up a lot of space. But if you want to keep it on, you can too. It's just up to preference.
Right.
That's good.
Looks good.
Sorry, you're like disconnecting. I think you're back on now. Yeah, so that looks good. Get the zone on the bottom. So it looks like there's one more zone on the bottom, that green one. And then on the top, I think there's a couple more zones there as well, right? Or did you draw those already? I can't really see if you did or not.
Should I go like that?
Oh, no. Okay, perfect. So you should be good. Click the reset chart button again. And then go down to the trend meter below. You can probably delete that because you're not really using it.
Where's that?
Right down on the bottom left where it says K2 trend meter, you can probably just delete that indicator because we don't really use that as much for this strategy.
Hide it or delete it?
You can remove it. It's fine. You can always add it later. Okay, perfect. So draw another zone at the bottom. It's not really necessary, but it's just good, housekeeping, just so that you just get into the notion of drawing every zone. Okay, so I think for the most part, I think you should be good. For that upper zone, oh no, you should be good. Now go to K2SR version 2 and just hide it. There we go. And then it cleans it up a whole lot. So you can see like where the rejection points are after drawing those zones. So yeah, so it makes it a whole lot cleaner because when you have these zones on the chart, you could kind of create a storyline to see, where price is currently going. So if you look at where price currently is right now, you can see that it rejected off that top area and then it's coming down and it rejected off that lower area and now it's bouncing back up where it looks like it can continue to swing back down as it's swinging into a downtrend. So for example, here, once you have these zones lined up, you can turn on the K2TS indicator.
K2TS indicator, okay.
That is correct. And then basically the way that this strategy works is that the first thing you want to identify is a break in structure. So you can go over to like that drop down menu over there, like below K2TS, and then you can close that so you can have some space.
Like this one?
Yeah, you could just hide that. That'll be better. And then just click on the chart so you can just take off those toolbars. Just anywhere on the chart will do. There you go. And then we can go from left to right. So I'll show you all of these entries from left to right, basically. So the first requirement for this strategy is that you confirm a break and close past structure. So going from left to right, do you see where price breaks and closes past structure? I'm just going to see if you can identify the first candle that I can see on my chart as well.
Right here, it broke this support line.
Exactly. And if you scroll if you just scroll over to the left a little bit, you'll see that previously to that is a buy signal, right? Okay, so there you go. So looking at that right there, you've identified that first break and close past structure, right? So that's going to be your first requirement. Your first requirement is that you identify a break and close past a K2SR structure. So once it broken past that structure, that's going to be requirement number one. It's been met already. Your second requirement is to identify the direction of momentum. In order to determine the direction of momentum, you want to make sure to see what the previous signal was. And like we discussed just a few seconds ago, that previous signal was a buy signal, correct?
Correct.
So right here, now that you've identified those two things, you have an entry at that point. So if you go back to that first candle that you identified, you can enter a long position as soon as that candle closes.
So anytime it closes on the green line, right immediately after that, I'm entering a long.
No. So you have to wait for the first requirement is if it breaks and closes past structure. So if you're gonna go off that signal right there, go from that point forward and see where price breaks structure. Do you see where that candle is? So if you go from that green candle over to your right, you can just go from that candle. You don't need to go back. We'll go.
Which candle was it? I'm sorry. Was this one?
No. So you just want to. Your first requirement is to identify where price breaks and closes past structure. So look from the right of that signal candle to see where price breaks and closes past structure.
So it breaks right here.
Yeah. So the one right
closes right there.
Exactly. The one right to the right of it. You see the one where the right of that candle that you were just pointing at? I mean, sorry, to the left. Sorry, not the right. That one right there. Yeah. So you see how that candle breaks and closes past the structure?
Okay. Yep. I see it.
Yeah. So that's going to be requirement number one, where you've identified that. So you've identified a break and close past structure. The second requirement is going to be that you confirm the direction of momentum. So confirming the direction of momentum there, obviously the direction is swinging upwards, right? Because the previous signal was a buy signal.
Yes.
So once those two requirements are met, as soon as that candle right there that you're currently on closes, you can enter a long position from there. So you can go over to the left-hand side where it has that long positioning tool, and then you can pretty much just mark it up from there.
Wait. Where's the long positioning tool?
Go over. It has a happy face right there on the left side. It's right above it. That should be the tool right above it is going to be the long position. There we go, long position. So you can enter a long position at the close of that candle that you were just looking at right there. Yeah, so that would be your entry. And you can probably drag it over a little bit so it gets out of the way. You can probably drag it over to the right so you can see exactly where that entry was. And then you could put your TP at the next structure. So if you go from that specific candle right there that you were pointing at originally, that's where your entry would be.
Right there.
The one before it, that one right there. So it'd be at as soon as that one closes right there, the body, that's where you would enter the trade.
So just to recap, right? And bro, I love you to death, and I appreciate it. I'm learning. No, bro, I promise you, I'm picking this up. I just want to recap, and I don't want to be annoying, man. I don't want to drive you nuts.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I just want to make sure I do this properly. And I'm definitely going to be a member for life, man. I'm going to support your business. And when I go to California, I'll definitely say what's up because my girl lives out there. I go to California all the time. So real quick, right? Step number 1 was to identify a break in structure, correct?
Yeah, breaking closed. It'd have to close past it because sometimes you'll see a break and then it'll wick down. So you want to make sure that it actually closes outside of the structure.
Okay, and then step number 2 was
confirm the direction of momentum using the momentum indicator. So basically the whole premise behind the strategy is that we're waiting for price to break structure. And then generally when price breaks structure, it pushes to the next structure above it. So we're basically just piggybacking that
what
right.
Again?
Oh, sorry.
It's just this green bar?
Yeah, so that would be the momentum indicator. Yeah, the vertical lines are going to be the momentum. So that's going to indicate.
So if this closed green, right, and there's a break in structure, I'm good for a long.
Yes, so you'll write that long.
Question: if this would have closed red, right?
Yeah,
this would not be valid.
Yeah, if that was a red signal, then that's going to indicate that momentum is swinging downwards. So if that was the case, then you would enter a different position because you'd want it to break in the opposite direction.
Okay, so basically, this candle right here, right? That closed above resistance, right? Exactly. So it's a break in structure. And then step 2 is to go back to the momentum indicator and see if it closed on the same page, which it did. Therefore, I'm good to go for a long.
Exactly. You go for a long, and then you'll reach for the next structure.
And then where would my TP be?
So your TP would be slightly below the next structure.
So, hold on. Let me put that there. So, would it be slightly below the next structure would be here?
Exactly. It'd be right. That's where your TP would be. And you'd wait for it to do the same thing again, where it breaks structure above there. And then you could do the same thing again from there.
So from here to theirs is my TP.
Exactly. And then you'll have your stop loss equal a distance away. Hey, Kurt, you still there?
Do you have time for one more example?
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, we just keep getting disconnected. Yeah. So I wasn't sure if you were still there or not. But yeah, no, definitely. So let's go for another example. Go ahead and
hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you. You can
I'm
go from
definitely
like you can scroll down a little
okay.
farther and then see if you identify another entry, and I'll confirm whether you're correct with that or not.
So right here,
Yeah,
this
that's
is
perfect. That's on
there.
point. So yeah.
There's a break in structure,
Mhm.
and then right there, the candle is green.
Or even that actual signal candle was green as well. So it doubles up as both requirements.
So like there,
Yeah.
but
So price.
this would be better because it's lower though, right?
Oh, you can take that too. Yeah. So that'd be another entry as well. So that would be an entry, and then the one on the right would be an entry as well. Those are both separate entries. Hey, Kurt, you still there? Just want to make sure. I don't know if we're disconnected or not. I think we might have got
Now all of this is kind of telling me the confirmations. This is also good. Yeah, I'm here. Put it right next to the Wi-Fi. Is that okay?
Sorry, Craig. If you could
Hello?
repeat yourself, you were like you were frozen for like I think like 10 or 20 seconds, so I couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. You're good now.
I was gonna say, can I just maybe if I bring my computer in the other
Hey, Kurt, you kind of froze up again for a bit. I'll hang around, and wait for you to connect back.
room, I'll put it right next to the Wi-Fi.
Let's see.
Oh,
Hey, Kurt, could you hear
can
me?
you hear me?
I can
Yeah,
hear
I
you.
can hear you.
You're good
Can,
now. You're good.
can I? Do you mind if I bring my computer in the other room? And
Oh,
I'll
it's
put it.
fine. Yeah, go ahead. No, if that's gonna
Yeah,
help with the internet
yeah,
connection,
because you know what? Usually, I don't. I mean, I have full bars, but let me try. Let me see if it'll help. Hold on 1 second, bro. Hold on. I'm sorry for the annoyance.
no, that's fine. I'm running to the restroom real quick. I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
Go ahead.
All right, Kurt, I'm back. All right, Kurt, I'm back when you are. I'll be sitting around.
Hear me?
Okay, perfect. Awesome. All right.
Is the connection better?
I think so. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty smooth now. So we can probably go over. Perfect.
Hold 1 second. Because I went right next to the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it definitely helps.
Let me just get set up again, bro. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Because I'm in New York and you're in California, so it's probably difficult.
Yeah, it's probably the weather too, because I know like lately a lot of people have been having internet connection issues because of the cold weather.
All right. You can hear me much better now?
Yeah, you're perfect now. You're good as new.
All right. Okay, so right here, let me see. So we would have a break and close right there.
Mm-hmm.
The last signal on the
Hey, Kurt, oh, it's weird. I see your screens moving on the YouTube channel, but I don't see it moving on the Zoom. I'm not sure what's going on with this. Let me get a few
trend
seconds.
indicator closed in green.
Hey, Kurt, could you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you perfect.
Okay, gotcha. It's so
I can
weird.
hear you. I can hear you loud and clear. Every time you speak, I hear you perfect.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what's going on with the connection, but okay. So let's go back. If you can say that again one more time. Sorry, it was just the whole your screen was frozen for like the past probably like 10 seconds, so I didn't hear anything you said. But I started. I heard when you were pointing out the candle.
All right. So you see where my cursor is?
Yes, I could see it.
So it closed right there, break above the support, right?
Mhm.
The last candle on the trend indicator.
The last momentum candle was actually a sell. So if you look at that red vertical line that's next to it, that was actually the momentum signal right there. And I think we froze up again. Let me give it a second.
Closed bullish.
Yes. So
Right there.
that break in structure that you were pointing at, that wouldn't qualify as an entry because the previous signal would have to be a buy, a green bullish signal for it to qualify as an entry. So you'd skip that one right there. Even though it would be a bullish move, you would skip that one because it doesn't qualify as an entry.
So for an example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I'm gonna move this out of the way.
Yeah, you can just delete that because you already know how to use it. So that's just going to be for preference later. So you can
Say
delete.
remove.
There you go. Yeah, remove.
All right.
Perfect.
So let me see. So let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
You see how this candle closed up here?
Yes.
This signal isn't really good because there's like no profit, right? You kind of want to see them close like down here.
Your entry would actually be that previous signal. So do you see how price broke the structure on that one right there?
Yep.
So price broke structure on that one, and then on top of that, that was a bullish buy signal. So it qualifies as both of the requirements. So for requirement number one, you've identified that price has broken close past the structure. And then looking back at the previous momentum signal, that would technically be the previous momentum signal because when that candle closes, that would be qualified as, the momentum going up. So at that point, you can take a long position from that candle close and then ride it up to that next zone up there.
Okay. And let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
When it closes on the momentum indicator right above structure, are those usually the best longs?
Not necessarily the best longs, but a lot of times, yeah, they usually end up hitting because you're getting the momentum from where it just starts.
See right
Exactly.
here. See right here.
Exactly. You're getting the momentum as it just begins. So you can literally ride that up to the top.
Now, can I ask you one more question about US 30?
Yeah, sure.
And bro, how much can I pay you to do this more often, like one-on-ones?
Oh, it's available to you as long as you're subscribed to the subscription. I provide this, pretty much as many as you like. It's just as time avails because there's obviously there's a lot of members, so the sessions get booked up pretty quickly. But I usually am able to have a 1 hour session with you as long as you book it in advance. Usually they're booked.
Can you book me for Friday? You have anything available for Friday?
Let me check my calendar. I think Friday's pretty open. Yeah, what time do you want to do Friday?
Honestly, whatever is the most convenient for you. I appreciate you, so I'm on your schedule, brother.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So I usually do the morning section. So I'm usually pretty much booked up until like 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that would probably be the earliest time for me if you want to do that. That's actually open right now if you want to book
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I can do that. So 2 p.m. PST.
Yep, PST. So that'd be 5 p.m. your time.
Now let me ask you something, right?
Mhm.
With US 30, right? So US 30, and then you said hit the one that's Forex.
You'd use the currency.com because they don't have a Forex one for that one.
You like the listening skills, right? Pretty good, right? No,
Yeah,
I'm listening, brother. Yeah, I'm trying to make millions with this. I'm gonna meet you too one day, bro. My girl lives in San Diego.
nice.
I'm trying to buy a house, and I gotta master this, man. I want to make millions of dollars. Quick question, right? Is the same exact strategy applied to US 30?
I mean, technically you can, but I personally wouldn't because US 30 moves like 100 times faster than Forex. So if you're trading US 30 on the 4 hour, you got to have like a huge account because the drawdown, like the movements on the 4 hour are like way too wide. So for us, the US 30 strategy, we apply the daily entry. So I'm sure you've been following, with our live sessions. We just trade during New York session. What we do is we basically wait for the market to open,
Can
and
can
then oh, go ahead.
can you recap? And I know you did this, and I did watch it today.
Yeah.
Can you just recap how you did that this morning?
Oh yeah, definitely. So let's change to the 10-minute charts.
Bro, you're such a nice guy, man. Seriously,
I'm here to help, man. I'm here to help, definitely. Uh,
I
so
only I only have 15 minutes.
scroll down to the bottom. You could be able to create. Okay, so go on the bottom right there where it says minutes, type in 10, and then click add.
And you know this thing inside and out, bro.
Yeah, I know everything, bro. I've been doing this for a while now. So there we go from there. We can go back to like the beginning of the week because or the beginning of the month, I guess, because that's when the market was moving pretty smoothly. So you can just go back to like I think January 4th was like the first day of the month. So just scroll over to the left side, all the way over. And then you can click auto as well if you want. It's just going to automatically calibrate the chart. So you don't have to like see where the price is, but you should be good. So that's 7. I think go back another couple days. And then just pull back to, I'm not sure what your time zone is. You're UTC 5. I think I'm UTC 8. So you're probably going to be like 9:30 a.m. since you're on the East.
I'm Eastern.
Yeah. So
January 4th. Is there a way to make, you see how this says 1840? Is there a way to make that thing English and Eastern time?
Like non-military time. Uh, I wish there was, but I haven't figured that out either. I was in the same position for the longest time where I wanted to do that, but I couldn't. I couldn't figure it out. I don't think they have it because, like, try clicking right there where it says UTC -5 on the bottom. I don't know if they've updated it over the years, but I haven't looked at it. So on the bottom right where it says UTC -5, you might be able to change it from there.
Where do you see that?
Right next to the percentage symbol. It's right to yeah, right there. Yeah, I don't think you can change it from there.
You know why they do that, right? They do that to confuse us.
Right? That's what I thought too when I first started trading. I was like, because it messes with
Oh
time.
yeah, of course. Anything they can do to fuck us.
Exactly. That's how they make
But
the
you know
money.
what? But I got to tell you something. That's a beautiful thing, though, because all we have to do is the opposite.
Exactly, right? You
If,
just
if, if they made it too simple, we wouldn't make any money.
yeah, because then
So
everyone
it's great. Let them fuck everybody else, just not us.
exactly.
So
We got our own secrets here.
yeah. Okay. So you said January 4th.
Okay, so perfect. So we're on January 4th. You can mark up 9:30 a.m. on your chart. Just use the vertical lines so you know when the market opens. Go over to the left-hand side, and then
I'm
next,
sorry. Vertical is sideways.
that's horizontal. So vertical is up and down. So go over to the pointer on the left-hand side. You'll see the vertical tool over there. It's going to be right next to, it's going to be the second one on the list. Second one on the list, click the drop down, click on that, yeah, right there. And then click the vertical line. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right there. And then just go over 9:30 a.m. your time so that you can identify when the market opens. So you can click on that right there. And then you can see that that's when the New York Stock Exchange opens. So the stock exchange opens right there. And basically what we're looking for is the first valid signal. So the first requirement is to look for trades after 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So from that point, you've qualified requirement 1. Easy as that. You just have to start looking at the chart after that time. The second requirement is to identify the first valid signal. So going from that point, 9:30 a.m. to the right side, you'll see that that green candle is going to be the first valid signal right there.
Now, are we looking at breaking structure like a close above resistance or support?
Not at all, not at all, because US 30 moves different from Forex. Like for Forex pairs, they're arranging assets, so they move back and forth. They're more respective of technical analysis because they'll go and they'll reach structure and then they'll reject off the structure. The thing with US 30 is that it's all news driven. So say you're like watching this trade here. So if you click auto real quick, and I'll show you like an example of what I mean by that. So
Click
click
what?
auto on the bottom right side just to zoom out the chart, or you can actually just reset the chart. So go on the middle right there. Yeah, reset the chart, and then just scroll over to the fourth where you just were. And I'll show you what I mean by that, because a lot of people don't realize that the market moves like this, the stock market in general, because it's such a smaller market that the institutions and like banks can push price pretty easily. So like you can see right here that it kind of fake people out. You can see like from the market open right there, you can see that it dropped pretty heavily, right? Like it's just a free fall drop down. So when it drops down like that, they try to lure in traders. They try to lure people into the hype, like that price is dropping. So they lure price down, and then we identify where the banks are trading. So basically what happened here is they lured in all these sellers, and then all of a sudden they spike price right back up. So we ignore all of that noise right there, and then we wait for our opportunity, like we're fishing basically. We're fishing for that big fish. And then once we get that first signal, which is going to identify a momentum swing in that direction. Basically, this is identifying institutions and banks putting in their trades in the opposite direction, and we're just piggybacking the ride. So once we get that first signal, we enter a long position, and then from my my long intensive like back testing, I back tested a strategy about 5 or 10 years, and I found 1,500 pips to be the sweet spot for New York session. So basically, right there, we'd enter a long position after that signal close, and then we would aim for a 1,500 pip profit. So if you want to use the long tool, you can map it and see how it played out right there. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the strategy. It's very simple. We do it once a day, and it works like
Basically. So for example, right?
Mhm.
Had this closed bearish, this would not be valid.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, had this one came along and closed bearish, then we would have entered a sell, 1,500 pips.
Exactly. Yeah. So if that was the first signal, then we would have taken that one. But it wasn't the first signal, so we would have just ignored that one because we've already entered from the previous signal.
It's the first valid one that comes along.
Exactly. First valid one, and then pretty much it. Bless you.
I'm in the other room. This is like a room I don't even use. Okay. Dude, man, this is like so not that hard.
Yeah, no, it's really simple. Like the funny thing with a lot of people is they want to overcomplicate trading, but like I mentioned, in reality, the market can go one of two ways. Of course, it can go sideways, but eventually it's going to go one way or the other. So
now, do you ever pull out before 1,500 pips?
yeah, so I do use the exit strategy. The reason for that is like even though I do have full confidence in the trade, and sometimes I do run twin positions where I have one to run to full 1,500 pips. But most of the time when price reaches TP1, our first target, which is generally 50% profit, which is at about 750 pips, I usually move my stop loss to TP1. So in the situation where price ends up swinging back and reversing on us, I've already guaranteed that profit and I can go on with my day. Vice versa. If you want to let the trade run to full TP, which is what I've been doing lately, you can do that as well because, through all my testing, because the thing is I started doing the strategy last year and I've documented every single trade that I've taken. So everyone in K2 has seen, the profitability of the strategy and they've seen how consistent it is. So after doing that like live testing, where I take the trades not every single day, but majority of the days, after doing that testing and figuring out that I have like an 86% win rate, I was like, I might as well just let the trades run. I'm cutting myself short by, moving my stop loss and profit.
Wow.
But in some situations, it's required because obviously, during big events like elections or during holidays or during whenever there's something crazy going on in the world, COVID, anything like that, it would be safe to lock in profits, obviously. But, on a normal trading day, you can just let it run and you can be perfectly fine. Just like the trade yesterday. Like yesterday, we had a trade that I'm sure you followed it. The trade that we took, it went on like the entire day.
You know what's crazy? I got a little chicken and I pulled out at 300 pips.
Oh, man.
But I don't want to do that. I gotta just get more balls. You know, I gotta, because
Yeah,
this is scary shit, bro. There's no
it is.
doubt about it.
Yeah, the
You're
US
probably
30.
just used to it, but for somebody that's new, like, oh, I don't have that much money. I'm just starting up, man. I lost my job and everything with COVID. So, you know, it's really scary. I have to learn how to just let it go. What I'll do is maybe I'll let it run like TP1, like 750 pips.
And then move your stop loss and profit. Just use the exit strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, you are, Shawn, you are an amazing blessing in my life. You don't even know it yet.
Yeah,
I'm
you're gonna
serious.
see it. You're gonna see it over time. I think this year is gonna be great because like for the longest time I was doing this like all by myself, all this testing, and now we actually have like a back testing group that goes and retests these strategies and finds out the probabilities so that we can have a good idea of what profits are going to look like moving forward. So last year was a crazy profitable year for everyone in K2, and I think this year is going to be even better because we have a whole team that's testing everything and making sure that we're very on point with all of our trades.
Can I ask you one more quick question?
Sure.
Okay, so um, one more thing just before you go. So I do reset chart, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do I how do I bring it back to like where when I was marking it up?
I'll go back to go on the 4 hour time frame because you're on the 10 minute range,
Oh, okay.
right?
Okay. Click that. I do reset chart. Now let
Okay.
me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
What was the button that we hit that put these red lines across?
That's a rectangle tool.
Before that, the stuff.
Oh, the K2SR. Yeah. So if you go over to that drop down to the three right there on the left hand side, that'll be the K2SR version 2 right there. So you just you can go ahead and unhide that. There you go. Show it. And there you go. You have it on your chart.
Okay, and then this one.
That'd be the vertical lines, the up and down lines, indicating the momentum. So that would
Okay,
be the momentum indicator right there.
and then the what's this one do? The pivots.
Pivot. So you can use that if you want for extra confirmation. Like if you turn that on right there, I can explain real quick what it does. So
Do
if
you
you
use
show
it
it,
or not?
I use it just for extra confirmation sometimes, but not really because I already know, just by looking at the chart, I can see what direction of the trend is. So it's not necessary. But
Okay.
for a new trader, it could definitely help if you want to identify the direction of the trend. So obviously right here, if price is above the pivots are angling all upwards and they're spread out, that's going to indicate that it's in a strong uptrend. So you can see it's pretty clear just by looking at it. If price is above it, they're spread out and they're angling up, that's going to indicate an uptrend. So if you want to use that, you can. It's not necessary, but it's definitely a useful tool if you need it. But if not, you can just hide it. It's not necessary.
Okay, perfect. Shawn, you are the man. You really are. I learned, bro. I remembered everything you just showed me.
Awesome.
I'm
Glad to
not
hear
even
it, man.
kidding.
It's
This
very
this
simple. It's pretty simple. Like once you actually get it, and once you just do it time and time again, it's just repetition. It becomes second nature to you, and you'll be able to spot trades without even thinking about it.
yeah, yo, dude, you're really cool, man. Thank you so much. Let me ask you something. Are you near San Diego?
But yeah, I'm pretty close. I'm in Irvine actually. So I used to live in San Diego. I lived in downtown for like about 5 years, and then COVID happened, so I wanted to move closer to family, which is in LA. So I moved up to Orange County. So I live here in Orange County in between LA and San Diego. So if you're ever in town, let me know. We'll definitely meet up.
Yeah, because my girl is in San Diego, and I actually may be moving out there.
Oh,
I
nice.
can if I can get my money right with your help here, I probably will make that move. Because I go to California a lot. I go there for like a month or two at a time to spend time with her.
Nice.
So next time I'm there, bro, I'm definitely gonna stop by and say hi. I went to a Forex academy. I paid $1,500
Oh,
and it
wow.
was garbage. What I just learned with you was worth $1,500.
Yeah,
I'm
and
serious.
it's funny because a lot of these other forex companies they teach something that's already you can find online. They teach something that's already been taught. For me, I created these strategies. Like I've been trading for like 10 years, and what happened was I like followed all these strategies, and there was always flaws to every strategy. So what I did was I put the best parts of the strategies that I liked into my own indicators, into my own strategies, and I pretty much just created my own thing, basically like a super strategy out of all the strategies that I already liked. So it's totally different. Like with K2, you're gonna find a lot of differences in comparison to other companies or other strategies that you probably learned in the past because it's way different compared to those.
Yeah, well, you're definitely the best because I have about 25, and I'm not exaggerating, 25 signal providers that I've used in the last 3 months, just testing them out. See who, because this was my original plan. My original plan was to buy 25 signal providers, which I did, and then narrow them down to the best ones. But unfortunately, I'm not even kidding. All 25 of these signal providers absolutely suck. I'm not even kidding. So I'm not, dude, no jokes. There's not one that was decent. Then I came across yours and I saw your results. And then I saw that you did the live trading and you weren't bullshitting because everybody's like 90%, you know? And then I
Mhm.
saw you doing the live trade. And I was like, oh, this guy's the real deal. And then I said, you know what? He's so good. I want to learn what he's doing, you know? And that's how I ended up coming along your way.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm glad that you want to learn because I actually hate doing signals because it's just annoying where I have to go and type everything up. I'd rather teach someone to how to actually do this because it has a lasting impact on someone. You can learn how to do this. You'll make money forever, basically. You don't have to depend on my signals. And
Yeah,
it's just, it's an ongoing system from
yeah.
there.
But keep your signal program because let me tell you something. I learned a lot just by watching your live and then seeing the signal. You know what I mean? I look at
Right.
it. I look at the take profit. I look at the stop loss. I look at the entry. Like that's live. You know what I mean? That signal is the result. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Definitely keep that going, bro. Because I learned a lot just from your signals. Just analyzing what you were doing, and then you teaching me this right now just kind of summed it up. You know what I mean, bro?
Hmm.
And Shawn, I am so grateful for you, bro. I need you to know that. Like, no jokes. Like, I
Definitely.
honestly believe like you're gonna change my life, dude. I'm feeling so
100%. Yeah.
confident.
It's totally
And
possible. We've seen a lot of people that have like we're in the same situation like when COVID first happened and they quit their jobs now and they're doing this full time. So I'm glad that
you
I
know
was
what,
able to make
bro,
an impact.
bro, bro, that's what happened with me. I got laid off in March and then I got rehired. And I was like, you know what? This is money. I was making like 100K at my job, which honestly is not a lot in New York. I'm sure you're familiar because you live in
Yeah,
California. So I was
definitely.
making like 90, 100K. And then I was like, you know what? I want to make millions. I'm like, how do I do this? And I quit my job, bro. No lies. And I went out to Arizona and I went out to California. I went to a Forex academy. I'm not going to mention the name of the company because I don't want to tarnish their reputation. And I literally quit and I banked on it. And I've lost money since. I was
Oh,
like, you know
man,
what?
powerful.
Yeah. So I'm still at it. But now that I'm on your team, bro, like I feel so relieved. Like I really do. Like I feel like your program is correct. I really feel that way. You know,
Yeah,
looking
definitely.
at looking at your results shows that you're correct. And I need you to know that, dude. You know, I appreciate you, and what you do for people is an amazing thing, bro. I'm serious. Like you're giving so much karma to yourself, so much good karma to yourself by blessing other people's. Like you're literally teaching people how to fish, and that's really good for your karma, dude.
Exactly. And that's my whole goal in this. Because when I first started trading, like I could never afford a course, I could never afford a mentor. And that's why I created this community because I came here to basically give what I wish I had when I was learning. I probably would have picked up trading like a lot earlier. I've been training for like 10 years now. I probably didn't get it completely until like 4 years in because I was learning everything on my own. But yeah, it's just me giving back basically because I definitely was in your position at one point where I wanted to quit my job and I wish I had someone to teach me and I didn't have that teacher. So now here I am, pretty much doing what I wish I had at that point. So I'm definitely excited for your trading with us because I could definitely see that you really want this and you're like, you stand out compared to like other people who are just kind of on the fence with trading. So I
Yeah,
definitely
dude,
think you're gonna
dude.
excel.
I literally one day woke up. I had $7,000 in the bank saved, right? And this is during COVID times. This is recently. I fucking quit my job. I went on an airplane to Arizona and California. I took a month off. I mean, obviously, I hung out with my girl in California too. That was fun.
Mhm.
But during that time, I studied Forex like consistently. I went to this 5-day course, costing $1,500. I put every last breath into Forex for a month, and I got no results. And I'm telling you, what I just learned with you in 1 hour, like better than everything I learned in the last 3 months. I'm not even kidding. Because this actually makes sense. Like logically, the concept behind it, I see how this would work. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain how it would work, but I see the idea behind it, you know? And dude, I'm so grateful for your program, dude. I really am. And I'm gonna keep you posted, man. Like I'm gonna enter some of my own trades and I'll show you the results. And you know, if you change my life, man, like I'll never forget you, bro.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, and if you ever like look at trades, because this is what I do with like a lot of other people too. When you identify a trade, you can always run it by me. Just send me a message like, "Hey, Shawn, does this look good to you?" And I'll confirm whether it's good or not. And if you miss something, then I'll point it out so that you can learn from that instead of just hopping into the trade and not knowing if it's a good trade or not. I mean, obviously, it's good to have trial and error, but I don't want you to be losing money, making like small mistakes that could have been prevented. So if you ever like look at a trade, just send it over to me and I'll analyze it for you to make sure.
Absolutely. And bro, on Friday, you know, maybe we can do some trade setups. You know, I'll
Oh,
start from
100%.
scratch and I'll show you what I do, and then you correct me, and then we'll go from there. And bro, I'm gonna be a member for life, man. Don't worry. I'm not gonna learn all this shit and then leave. I'm gonna stay with you on your team, bro.
Yeah, definitely. No, we're all going to be profitable this year. It's going to be a great year for all of us, not just for you, just not just for me. It's going to be great for everyone. It's funny because there's a lot of K2 members that actually make more profits than me using my own systems. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun and it's going to be a great year for all of us.
Yeah, absolutely. Shawn, I appreciate your time. I'll definitely let you run because I know you got a million things to do. Sir, again, thank you so much, man.
Definitely. All right. So I'll probably see you on Friday, or I'll probably see you tomorrow during the live session if you're going to be on there.
Absolutely. Definitely Friday for sure.
Definitely. All
2
right.
p.m. PST.
That is correct. So we're good, locked in, scheduled, and we're good to go.
All right, pal. Take care. Thank you for
All
your
right,
time.
perfect. Definitely. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.